Hi guys, and welcome back to Tea Time with Livvy.
Tea time with Livvy. Tea time with Livvy.
This is honestly been a funny fucking time for me right now because I obviously done a little episode on my relationship dramas, and I just want to start this episode off by saying this podcast is not for men. Like, don't get me wrong, you know the girlies who text me saying me fella secretly likes it when I put like the podcast on. I'm here for them men, you know, the men that just maybe side-eye the telly but they're secretly fucking listening, do you know what I mean? But I'm talking about the men in the comment sections on TikTok, like, what the fuck is wrong with you? So obviously I have come forward and said me and George have been having a rough patch, and as it, like, with every right that I've got, do you think that like men don't talk about women constantly on the internet? All I ever see on these male podcasts is like them just sitting there like slagging women off in every way, shape or form, or making women feel a certain way. Like there was actually one podcast where I think there's this girl and her name's Rebecca. She's does OnlyFans, and she went on this like male podcast. And even though they asked her to come on the podcast, they know full well what she does. All they done is literally like make her feel like shit the whole way through it. And that's okay. That behaviour's okay. But when a woman comes on and talks about her relationship problems, yous have all got something to say. It's fucking given. It's given weird. So when the social clips go on, there was one where George rang me off the no caller ID. And I say, oh, blocks is unfair. Obviously, like, fucking hell, mate. Like, life's not that serious. And I see in the comment before it even got any views saying playing kick games. And then obviously it's on my repost. So I kept checking my repost and refreshing, not to see the comments, just to see like the views. And when I last checked it, it had like 10,000 views. And then I went on it and checked again, it had like 100,000 views. And still to this day, I have not read the comment section, because I choose peace. Honestly, I just choose peace. But the ones that I did read was like, how would you feel? Like, listen, women are constantly being talked about. Women are constantly being like put down by men online. But the minute that I come on and say my fella doesn't help me do the cleaning, or I'm the worst person in the world, go and get fucked. So like I just said, if you're a man and you're watching this, that is for you. And thank you for watching and engaging, because you're doing nothing but benefiting me, even though you're trying to put me down. Okay? Anyway, let me go on to George, because yes, I'm back in love. I'm back in love. Like, oh, I just love him. I literally can't believe the month that we've had, and now I'm just like, oh, like got a little soft spot for him again. And I kind of want to talk about, oh God, let's piss the men off some more. I do want to talk a little bit about sex. I know, because like, again, it's just double standards. When a woman talks about sex and her sexual life, then we get put in the category, but men sit there and tell on podcasts exactly what they fucking say in people's ears and go into the most gruesome detail. I'm not going to be talking about that, but I'm just going to be talking about ovulation. So welcome to sex education, bitches. No, listen, when I'm saying I'm back in love with George, right, so the last time I was ovulating, I think we were apart. We were already obviously arguing. And I think he might have been fishing and I might have been in Paris or in Portugal. I was somewhere anyway, and I wasn't with him. And now I'm starting to think to myself, do you think because I missed an ovulation period with him, that's why the argument's gone on for so long? Because usually, listen, let me get into this about ovulation. It's a big thing for me now. It never used to be, but it's a big thing. If you're a bit like, you know, listen, sex is normal. Everyone has sex eventually. So, you know, if you're prudes or you're watching this, maybe shut your ears, I don't know, turn off now. But let's just get into it, because I feel like it's important for us all to, well, for women to just speak about these things. So, like, we learn more about ourselves and we learn more about, and it's not, sex isn't an uncomfortable topic. Some people may feel like it is, because, you know, it is a private party life and everything like that. But I'm not going to go into too much detail, but I'm just going to tell you, because I've got a few funny stories as well. That one that actually happened today, which, oh my God, I've been screaming, crying. But let me tell you, so I have this friend, yeah, and she's like, it's crazy, because she thinks that she's not confident, but to me, she's the most confident girl ever. Like, the way that she holds herself, she carries herself, like, she's very in tune with her sexual, like, senses. I don't know, like, I can't explain it. And when I, like, become close with this when I become close with this friend, I'm not going to say who it is because she'll probably be like, fucking hell, shut up. But she'll know exactly who I'm on about. And when I become close with this person, she kind of like taught me so much. Like, she knows so much about the woman's body, like how it works. And she kind of like taught me things that like maybe I wasn't aware of. Like, and and one of them was ovulation. And I remember she had this situation and she was like, men know when you're ovulating, and like you know when you're ovulating, like you can feel it when you're obviously having like the sex is different, like everything's different, everything's better. And I was like, obviously there's certain when you have, before I was aware of all this information, there's certain times where it's better, there's certain times where it's like still good, but you know what I mean, there's certain times of the month where it is more just everything's better about it, and you don't know why. You're more obsessed with your fella, like you fancy him more, the sexual tension is there, like, do you know what I mean? And and she taught me about it. I knew what ovulation was because they're the days that you think, oh, maybe I shouldn't have sex, because they're also the days where you like women are most fertile and where we can have babies. And that's the risky period. After you've had your period, then you're ovulating, and that's the risky time. But to me, it's the best time. It might be risky, but I can't help it. It is honestly insane. So when she told me about this, I was like, right, okay, so now I'm going to keep an eye on this, and I'm going to really like try and get in tune with it and see what she means. And, you know, on the Flow app, let me put it this way. So on the Flow app, you've got the red days, which is where you're on your period. And then you've got days which are highlighted in like a green colour, and that's your ovulation days. But then you've got like a peak ovulation day in that little time frame. And I can't explain it. But in that time frame, I mean, there becomes a day where you turn into, like, I don't know, low-key want to say a porn star, but your fella walks through the door and it's just like, oh my God, like, you are so fit, like, I fancy the fucking socks off you. And that was me last night. Maybe this is why he's getting a good. Have you seen that TikTok trend? And it's like, and it's like a Mackey's working or something, and they're like, got cracked so good last night, everyone's getting extra fries. Well, you're getting a fucking good episode today. I'm in a good mood today. But I'm a little bit sad as well, but I'll tell you anyway. But back to that. So that was me last night. Like, we've been having this like time where he's been doing me head in. Maybe I've said, I've missed a month where this time maybe would have come because he was doing his thing, I was doing my thing. And then last night he come in and he was sat on the couch, and I was like, oh my God, like, I feel like I fancy you again. I never said that, but I was thinking it in my brain. And then yeah, I was just like, oh my, like everything is, and then obviously whatever, it's just more, it's just like freeing. And can I say as well, there's so many different types of sex, like when you're in a relationship. And I've got to say, this maybe might sound a little bit toxic, but makeup sex is hands down the best sex on this God's fucking green planet. Like, it's just like, oh right, this is why we're in love. Like, do you know what I mean? And I feel like because you've still got a little bit of anger up towards them, like you even put like the extra effort in because you're like, let me just remind you. Do you know what I mean? Like, let me just fucking remind you. And anyway, so this is where it gets funny. So now I'm back in love with George. He's the best thing since sliced bread. And I just can't believe like the month we've had. He's just perfect. So he come in last night and I'm like, oof. And I'm thinking, right, okay. So all of a sudden I'm packing, he's going fishing today. He's gone fishing today for 4 days. With like a group of lads, like, I don't know, they're doing this thing. So this isn't like me at all. Like, well, it hasn't been like me. Usually I am quite like this because he's been pissing me off. I've kind of like starved him from this side of me. So he had this box, like this big clear box, which is where he puts all of his stuff in. So tell me why I've stood there after sitting there on a pod, after sitting there, like, all I've done is moan all month about I would do too much. I would need to stop doing like all these things because, you know, it's not like benefiting me or the relationship anyway. So then next minute I'm in the fridge, I'm getting him his brown sauce out, his ketchup out. I'm going through the cupboards thinking what Chris Bully like in his little box. You know, he's going for a few nights. I'm emptying the Chris cupboards, leaving me with nothing. And giving this boy everything, I've just put his little box in. He said to me on the phone, "This is how much I'm seriously ovulating you, because you don't understand." He said to me, "Have you got a spare frying pan? I can take fishing with me." Now, I don't know if I've mentioned this, but it was actually in me. it was actually in me YouTube vlog and I took it out because I was that angry about it. But long story short, George goes fishing, takes all my cutlery, yeah, and doesn't bring half of it back. So now I've got about 2 forks to my name, and it's been doing me head in. So, so I don't know why I've changed me tune so much, because I got a sandwich bag out the cupboard last night when I was doing this little box of all of his goodies, and give him 2 knives, 2 forks, and 2 spoons from my cutlery set. And I was thinking I was gonna not include the cutlery, and when he seen it in the box, and I even put ghost napkins in there. I have these little ghost napkins, and I was like, "You're getting some napkins as well, babe, because I fucking love you so much, and I'm gonna look after my man." It's like gone from I hate him to my man, my man, my man, my man. So he's gone fishing with one of my pans and my cutlery, and I'm a new woman. Like, I'm literally I've changed. I've genuinely changed this past week. I mean, I probably hate him as soon as this ovulation period's over. But it's just insane. And if you're not about if you don't really know how, like, how all that side of things work, if you just think, oh, that's the time that you're not really meant to have sex because obviously you might catch pregnant, blah 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 blah. I'm not saying, I mean, I'm not saying go and have sex and like get pregnant, but I'm just saying, like, when you try and like tune with your feelings, you'll know exactly what I mean. And there's a peak day, and I think my peak day was yesterday, like, because the way I felt towards him, I felt like I just met him again. I swear to God, I felt like a little kid. So I said, so I'd done his packed lunch, made that all cute and nice. I done all of his, I got all of his fishing clothes that was needed washing, and washed them. I used 2 laundry pods and beads, so when he puts them on, he thinks of me and smells like, oh my God, she's such a good housewife, like making my fishing stuff smell so amazing. Every time he compliments me washing, I get like a little like, oh, I love like when people compliment the smell of me washing. So I used 2 laundry pods on his stuff instead of just throwing them in on a little wash, because they're going to get dirty anyway, but it didn't. I put them all, folded them all up when they were nice and dry. When I got all of his boxies ready, literally prepared this man for his fishing trip. I could not believe what I was doing. And then, anyway, how this comes into a bit of a funny story is, so, listen, women's bodies are a very complex thing. Do you know what I mean? Basically, when we are ovulating, that's when we are most at, like, our peak high of, like, we want to have sex. Do you get what I'm saying? I feel like men are just constantly at this like line of like they always just want sex, whereas like women, we can kind of like go without, like, if we want to, if we need to, do you know what I mean? But then it comes to that period and that all changes, and it's just like, oh, now the tables have turned, like I'm the one who wants to have sex. So it's just hysterical. So what's happened is, a few weeks ago I done a big clear out of all my wardrobe, and I was going through this like little like travel bag that I mustn't have opened from, I think it was from even Miami. I think it was from Miami. Or it was either Miami or it was New York. I can't remember. It was one of the two, but it's been there for a very long time. And it was a Viagra. Now, George has got this thing of when we go on holiday and you go in them mad little shops, he's like, oh my God, look at that. And it was this tablet. It was like actually like the size of a mini bullet. It had a big bull on the front of it, and he bought it, but obviously we never used it while we were there. But sometimes he just buys them on holiday and like just has them, and it's the fucking funniest thing. Not that he needs it, but it's just like he just fucking has them every now and then. And I found this Viagra in me dressing room in one of the bags. So I thought, oh my God, so put it in his bedside table, and I just kind of forgot about it. And then last night I was clearing up and put something in his bedside table after doing all of his tea. Oh, I made him a fake away Nando's as well. Like, I sat there seasons that boy's chicken. Do you know how much I know I love him? There was no halloumi in, and I was like, I'm going to make it a Nando's because he's obsessed with Nando's at the minute. I made a mash from scratch. Like, I'm obsessed with him. I love him. And there was no halloumi in. Like, I obviously didn't have that just like on hand. And I was like, do you want the halloumi? And he was like, yeah, that's like the main part of the Nando's. And I was like, do you want me to go to the shop? And he was like, if you don't mind. I got up in the pissing down rain with my nightgown and my pajamas on, and went to the shop. I had to drive like over 5 minutes away to go and get this boy halloumi. Like, what the fuck? It's ovulation. It makes me so nice. Maybe I should ovulate every single day of the month. So I went to the shop, done his halloumi, cut it into the exact same shapes as you'd have it in his Nando's, and served him this Nando's. And then I went into the bedroom. I was like cleaning up and found this Viagra, and I was like, Let me just say. So I planted the seed by putting the Viagra out on the bedside table. And then we got in bed, and I said, we were watching The Traitors, and I was like, take the Viagra. And he was like, no, he was like, no, I don't need to. And I was like, oh, it will just be funny, take it. Like, what, like, do you know what I mean? It's not like that big of a deal. Not that like I've just said, by the way, reiterate, not that he needs to take the Viagra to have sex with me, but it just me, like, it's just funny, isn't it? Like, you should have seen the size of the tablet. I thought, this is exactly what I need. I'm not gonna lie. So he takes this Viagra. He can barely swallow the tablet. It's that big. He's going, I think I'm gonna be sick. And he was like, oh, that's made me feel all scatty. He's swigging the water. And then whatever anyway. The night goes on. That was that. We go to bed. And then he's up at 4 a.m. this morning, like, because he's leaving to drive 4 hours away. That's where the fishery is that he's going to. And he leaves at 4 this morning. He gets up and he's like, oh. And I'm like, what's up? And he's like, what the fuck? I think that Viagra's like kicking in. And I was like, oh, George, shut up. You took it hours ago. And he was like, oh, God. When I got ready and I just heard him leave, he must have been like that, like, mind boggled. He forgot like half of his stuff that was in the fridge. But anyway, so then I woke up then at 7. He's still not there, and I rang him and was like, are you all right? Like, how are you? Blah, 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 are you there? Yeah. And he was like, no, I'm not there yet. I'm at 1 hour away, but I've been driving for the past 3 hours with a fucking boner. I was screaming. I was literally crying, laughing on the phone. He was going, every time I hit a little, like, bump in the motorway and it sort of knocks me, it goes hard again. Literally in bits. I'm fuming, by the way, thinking, I can't believe that now it wants to take effect, you know what I mean? Like, for fuck's sake. And that's when I said that I was sad, like, and then it just made me feel all, like, sad, thinking, like, why do you have to go? Well, I wish you wasn't going now. Like, why can't you plan your fishing trips around my ovulation stage? Like, it's all right when when it's your time to shine, but when it's mine, you're fucking off fishing, and you've literally wasted a perfectly good Viagra tablet. And I was just crying. I could not believe that boy has drove 3 hours away. And I can imagine him as well, because he's actually not like that, George. Like, I mean, he's quite, like, shy when it comes to, like, I don't know, like, he's just like, oh, he finds shit. Like I can't imagine him driving all the way with a boner. He's probably thinking, for fuck's sake, please just stop. And honest to God, I just found that absolutely hysterical. But yeah, I'm just back in love yous, honestly. I just can't believe all the things I said about it. Really messing. No, I've not forgiven that easy. Like I said, it'll all wear off next week once I come into the luteal phase. That's when you're a really bad bit of a cunt, aren't you? But it's just crazy to me that men really don't understand, like, the complex, like, the breakdown of a woman's month. Like, it's if you've actually studied it and, like, you know, not studied it, but, like, learned more about it and how, like, it all works, because we're not chatting shit when, like, we're due on and, like, we're a bit aggy and, like, we're snappy. You just think, oh, like, you just use that as an excuse. Like, I wish that you've experienced the hormone levels of a woman and, like, how everything changes. And, like, if you just kind of, like, took, you know, note, like, when your girlfriend's on a period, like, obviously you'll know when she's on a period. I'm sure she'll make you aware because you're probably pissing her off, but just know that when that period ends, that's your time to really shine, and, like, we will flourish. We will just have you'll have the best week together ever. And I'll tell you something now, which is hysterical. I've actually mentioned ovulation before, because when I went to Mykonos, when we went to Greece and done that, listen, I've never been on a holiday before. Well, I probably have, but, like I've said, and now I'm in tune with it. I'm on how it feels when you're ovulating, and it's just a different, like, when you acknowledge something, it's different than when you don't really know about something. So when we went to Greece, when we first got there, I just literally on that day I come off my period, so it was like, it was coming. Now, the first few days after your period, you don't feel this way, but I'm probably like 5-6 days post period, and it hit me last night. Like, I was definitely at my peak of ovulation last night, because I've just explained I was cooking this boy's tea, making him pack lunches when he's been pissing me off all month. I really probably wouldn't have been like that if it wasn't. But when we went to Greece, how I come back from that trip not pregnant, I really do not know, because we were literally like two little kids. I can't obviously when you're on holiday it's more like that anyway, because it's like you're on holidays at a hotel, like it's like that anyway. But and it's not even just about like how much sex you're having, like how the sex is better. It's about the way you get on. Like the way I always say, that Greece holiday, the way that me and George got on, we were literally like best mates. It was the best holiday we've ever been on. Usually we go away and we have like a little holiday argument, like everyone even when you go away with your family, there'll be one day where you have that, like me and my mum, and when we used to go away like as a family, I always used to say, oh, I wonder what the holiday made is going to be this year. And we never even had one argument. We were just obsessed with each other, and I was just obsessed with him. And it's just like now, whenever it comes to me booking my next holiday, before I go on fucking booking.com, I'm going on the Flow app, mate, and I am tracking them green days, and they are coming with me, because honest to God, I just need that in my life. It was the best. So I just thought I wanted to like talk about that, because I don't know, like it's not like a bad thing. Do you know what annoys me so much is it's like men, like not all men, but weird men. They try and like make, if a woman talks about sex, or if you know we enjoy sex or whatever, and you talk about it, it's like they're like, but then what the fuck, like love, this is what we all need to do. Like I said, if I never had them conversations with my friends, and she like kind of like brought me up to date with it, and like how it all works and like the differences, I would never have like noticed what she meant. Do you get what I mean? So I think it's important to speak on things like this, and like I said, it's normal. It's not something that you should be embarrassed of. Like everyone has sex, Jesus Christ, like what we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for sex. Do you get what I'm saying? And yeah. So for the man that said that George is a legend, and I commented back last week on the Tea Time page saying if he's that much of a legend, you come and live with him, you wouldn't last 24 hours. I take that back. I take that back. I was literally thinking these men don't have a clue, but now I'm just thinking, oh, what did I do to get so lucky? God, I have really changed my tune since the last episode. No, I'll actually mention that now. We've just been talking then, saying, I just know because George done this thing this morning, which would have pissed me off on any other day of the month. But he went out yesterday on his motorbikes, and if another hobby of my fella has isn't just fishing, it's motorbikes. And a girl again who has a fella who goes out on motorbikes, she'll know, like they come home with like direct, like all the clothes are just like filled with mud. It's disgusting. Your washing machine literally is dripping fucking muddy water. It's vile. So he must have needed his backpack with all of his that had all of his motorbike gear in from yesterday, but he needed his backpack to put all of his fishing clothes in for the next few days. So what he done is he must have ran to his van, got his backpack, come into the living room, tipped all of his motorbike gear on the floor to put his fishing stuff in this bag. And I come into the living room this morning, yeah, and I seen that on the floor. And not one single bit of anger ran through my body. I was like, oh, I'll put them in the wash for a minute, I'll do a dark wash. And that is how you know, girls, this is the fertile window. We are baby makers right now, because there's just no way I would ever allow that on a normal day. But it's okay. He has a little break every now and then, just in case any of you men are concerned for his well-being. Don't worry, George gets looked after in every way, shape or form. I actually can't even. We're also considering getting another dog, but that's another story for another day. I'm not too sure on that yet. But let me tell you as well, the story that I was about to go in before. This is actually funny, because not only like the women, like ovulation, everything changes every now and then. Like when I said about pH levels, pH levels are important, and I kind of learned about them about 4 years ago when I got BV for the first time. Never had it since. Wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy. This was the first time I had it. I thought I was dying. I thought I had caught like the worst form of anything. Like I don't know. It was just the craziest experience of my whole life. And how this even is relevant for me to bring up right now isn't one just because I'm talking about women's bodies and shit like that. Is because I posted a reset video last week, and it got it, and the search bar kept changing, and one of the search bar was Livvy Roberts BV. I thought, who the fuck is watching my reset video and then searching if I've got fucking BV? So I was thinking, what? But then I actually done a story time on this on my TikTok a few years ago when it happened, and I think maybe people were trying to find that video from when I was talking about my experience with having bacterial vaginosis. And I want to tell you the story of what actually happened. So this is hysterical. A woman's pH, we're all at a certain level, yeah, and things can trigger this pH to like go off balance. And when it goes off balance, you'll get symptoms down below, and things will change, little changes. And basically, I was on holiday in Marbella at the time, and I used this like mad soap. Obviously, you're just in a hotel. I used this like soap. Obviously, you're not really meant to use like fragrance soaps down there. Anything can throw your pH balance off. Like having sex can actually throw your pH balance off as well. Like sometimes this is crazy, but women know that the partners have been cheating or have done something with another woman because your pH balance kind of matches to your partner. Do you get what I'm saying? So if you're with your fella, obviously you've been with them for the long periods of time. Not all the time, guys. Don't worry, your pH can go off like soap, anything. But I'm just saying there has been stories before where I've seen it where a woman basically knew a fella was cheating on her because a pH changed randomly. And long story short, so me and George will be intertwined, yeah, like. Not, oh god, that sounded fucked up. No, not like that. But I mean, like our pH levels. He won't throw my pH level off because we're used to each other. Do you get what I'm saying? Bodies are fucking crazy. So anyway, but then say if your partner went out and had a one night stand with another girl, then that knocks their pH off because obviously that woman, not all the time, but can have a different pH level to you, and it can fuck with your fella's pH level, and then they can come and have sex with you, and your pH level will fuck up as well, and you'll get symptoms such as like BV or like that's the type of shit that can happen. Like it's actually weird, and I'm not lying when I say that. Typing BV story time of like the cheating BV like scandal, it's a whole thing. So anyway, I was in Marbella at the time, and I was fine when I got there. Everything was perfect, normal. I've never had this before. Bear in mind, I was young at this point. Like I wasn't thinking anything of it. Like, do you know what I'm saying? And I got there and I used this like soap, and I was obviously in the pool. Like chlorine, anything can fuck your pH up. And I was in at the pool, and then by like a few days into the holiday, there was just something not right, yeah, let's put it that way. And I was thinking, oh, like I can't bear things like that. Like you just don't understand when it comes to like cleanliness and shit like that. If I feel like just one bit unsanitary, like it ruins me day. Like especially in like when you're away and you're in bikinis and shit like that, it makes me feel uncomfortable. Do you know what I mean? And anyway, I said I was with Lydia. Actually, Lizzie is not allowed to tell this story, but she can confirm. No, she cannot confirm. But I remember saying, Lydia, like, what the fuck's going on? And we were laughing. She was like, you've got BV. And I never knew what it was. And I was like, what's that? Have I got like an STD or something? She was like, no. And I was like, what am I going to do? I was coming home a few days later. So I come home and I said to me, mum, like, I just thought maybe the more I showered and the more I washed and like, I mean, like literally like scrubbing, I was thinking surely like this will just clear up. Absolutely not. I probably made it worse by doing that. And I come home and I was like, Mum, there's something up with me. Like, I was explaining to my mum, and my mum was like, oh, Olivia, like, fucking shut up, you're fine. I was like, no, Mum, I'm not. And she was like, you've just got BV. She was like, I've got some of the, like, things upstairs. Just go and take one. Like, so she gave me one in the room, and it comes almost like a bit of in like a tablet packet. So I've gone, all right, go on then. So I've gone in my bedroom, and I've opened this like tablet, and it's like a tiny little bullet, and it's like a soap consistency, but it's not tiny, it's quite big. It's not a tablet, you couldn't swallow it whole. Do you know what I'm saying? So I thought, what the fuck is this? I thought, how do people swallow this? So I thought, I'm gonna have to snap it in half. So I've snapped it, I gulped this fucking thingy down, done the other half, gulped it down. Then my mum said, they work quite quick, you'll be fine. So 2 days passes, it hasn't worked. And I've said, Mum, like, I'm really getting concerned now. That thing that you give me hasn't worked. She's like, what? She was like, it should have worked by now. And I said, I don't even know, like, how the fuck I managed to swallow it. How do you swallow them? Like, they're absolutely huge. And she went, her face just dropped. And I said, what, Mum? She went, please don't tell me you swallowed a fucking BV. Like, what is the word for them, Katia? What are they called?
Like a pessary?
Yeah, that. Yeah.
What did you do? You swallowed it?
I swallowed it whole. Well, snapped it in half. You meant to.
The thing that you put inside you?
So she said to me, you are a fucking idiot. You're not meant to swallow it. You're meant to put it in like a tampon, basically, when it dissolves, and it obviously cures the fucking issue. So I was sat there gulping down, like, basically fucking soap, like a bar of soap. And not once when I was trying to swallow this fucking big massive tablet did I think maybe it doesn't go in this hole. I really did not think it for 1 minute. I just thought, fine, I'll wake up, everything will be gone. So obviously round 2 comes and I know what to do this time. My mum was in bits. She just said she's literally gobsmacked. Do you know what it is with me? I'm quite like on the ball. I want to say anyway. Some people be like, no, you're not, but I am. I'm quite on the ball with like life things. Like when it comes to certain things, I'm so onto things. But then sometimes I do the most dumbest, blondest, like shit, stupidest thing, and it's just like, how is this person even real? And that is me. I'm either like dead like on it, clever, blue with everything, or I'm just like thick as fuck. So yeah, round 2 comes to do it, and it goes, but I've never had it since, thank God. And I mean, if I ever had it again, I wouldn't be like as fucking petrified. But if if you're young and you haven't had it before, and like I said, it's not like, it doesn't like mean anything bad about you. Like when you comes to like talking about these things, it's a bit like you feel a bit uncomfortable because it makes you like, I don't know. When it happened to me, I thought I feel like a proper scruff. Like I just hated it. And then by the time I'd got home and I'd spoke to a few different people, and like everyone was just laughing, saying like, oh no, it's normal, it's fine, it happens. Like some people get it quite often, like because they might have like a sensitive pH balance. But like I said, anything can throw it off. Being in the pool, different soaps, like even change, like what I've just said, changing sexual partners, like it's just a girly thing. But I genuinely don't think in fact, that's probably one thing that I would wish on an enemy, actually. I like permanent BV, and I wouldn't wish that on anyone, honestly. But I mean, like if I really, really hated someone, that is one way to punish them. Let me fucking tell you that for free. So use anyway. Yeah, I just feel like I wanted to just talk about it because I think listen, if you're not aware of if you don't relate to what I've just said, you're about to relate to everything I've just said. Not the BV part, like, but the ovulation stages. Like it's honestly insane. Like they just become your dream man all over again, and it's just baffling. So yeah. And remember, it's so important for us women to like be in tune with ourselves and like, you know, just like not be afraid, like know what you want and know what you like, and be stand on business when it comes to that, because it's important. It's not just like, I feel like for so many years when I was younger, sex was like such a like just like genuinely not enjoyable because it's just like enjoyable for the boy. But when you actually meet someone and you're comfortable with them, and like that all changes, because then they learn like what you love, and like I don't know, it's so much better. But yeah, I feel like I've only really started like really actually enjoying like sex since meeting George, because it was like, I don't know, you kind of like learn your long-term partner, like as you just both learn what each other's little things are, and it's cute. I love it. I actually love it. I like, now thinking of it, like I don't think I'd like enjoy like being single right at this moment. Oh God, I've completely changed my tune. I was literally thinking last week, oh my God, I'm gonna end up single. Now I'm like, I could never imagine being single. But yeah, I'll probably wrap that one up there before we offend any men that are out there thinking, oh my God, she can't believe she's talking about this out loud. Sorry, cover your ears. You might listen, I don't know, go and have a bonk or something with someone and fucking let loose, you absolute gremlin. But on another note, let me wrap this up here. But I'm very much considering getting a second dog. A little pom, I've picked him. He's so cute. And the woman just basically texted me asking for the deposit, and I'm just like, oh, I'm humming and hard. Like I know that I want another dog. And George actually wants, I had to say, no, I'm not getting a Frenchie, but he was like, yeah, if you want a pom, like, we'll get a pom, because he actually secretly loves Buddy. Well, he doesn't secretly, at the beginning he secretly loved him, but now he proper loves him. But the only thing is, Buddy's a little bit of a grump, like when he goes to my granddad's, he's got a friend called Fluffy. And he is obsessed with this dog. He's so playful. All they do is play together. But you know, when a dog's around me, Buddy doesn't like it. He's such an only child, and I'm thinking, do I want to ruin that? And plus, Buddy's a very easygoing dog. He's so good. He's like dead trained. He tells when he needs to eat, tells when he needs to poo, tells when he needs water. Like if his water dish runs out, he goes and like moves it with his paw until I look, and then I'm like, oh shit, his water needs filling up. Like he's just so clever, and I just think. But then sometimes I get sad, like when I've come here. especially now that I don't live with my mum. Like when I lived with my mum, there was always someone in, and my granddad literally lives across the road. So what, like even if no one was in, my granddad would go. Like my granddad's obsessed with Buddy. It's like his little best mate, but he would always have someone. So now there's little times now where I live alone, and like say if I'm coming here, it's only like 20 minutes away. Like Buddy's only on his own for like 2 hours max. But it's just like that proper mum guilt. Like I hate it. Whereas it like, and 9 times out of 10, I either bring him with me or I try and leave extra early so I can go to Runcorn first and drop him with my granddad and then come here, which is a mission. Do you get what I'm saying? So for me, it's just like, I know I've had dogs, I've trialed it with other dogs and Buddy hasn't liked it, but I've never trialed it for long enough to be like where Buddy's got no choice. Do you get what I'm saying? I didn't ask for sisters. But I got them. And at first, being an only child at the time, I was like, ugh, like I was quite happy alone. But now they're the best things in my life. And I'm thinking, what if that happens to Buddy? And like these little periods for like the little 2 hours or whatever where he's on his own, he's got his little bestie. Do you get what I'm saying? Or like and like I just feel like, will it be better for him? Like it's more for the dog rather than like for me. Well, it is for me as well. I'm not lying. So I'm debating it. I don't know. I'm just scared. There's a few things that have thrown me off. Not because I don't want a dog, but it's just like when I'm going on holiday, my mum's happy to have Buddy. And I mean, I don't know what this dog's going to be like. I'm not promised that he's going to come with the same temperament as Buddy, and he's going to be chilled and he's going to be good. He could be naughty, could be a little bastard. And it's like, I can't really be just expecting my mum to like man 2 dogs for like a week while I fuck off somewhere. And it's like, I mean, I'm not planning on going away anytime soon. I've got like George's dad's 50th. This is the another thing that's thrown me off. Meant to be going Ireland only for 2 nights, but that means that I'd only have had the dog for a week by the time the dog comes. And it's just like, is it mean to like then leave and like go away and then I don't know. I'm thinking of going. I want to go away for New Year, and I want to go to Thailand for like 2 weeks. And I'm just thinking, like the little travel plans that I've got. Am I like kicking myself in the foot because it's going to be harder to get like dog care? But then I don't think it will, because I feel like I've got options. But we'll see. But that's an update anyway. Basically, I love me fella again, and I might be getting a palm. So what a week to be alive. And I hope you have enjoyed this episode. Bit of a random one, but I'm in a good mood. So there's nothing wrong with what I've spoke on. If any, and you're all just going to be waiting for your ovulation days now, like a countdown, like it's a fucking holiday. But I love you all, and thank you so much for watching. And listen, we have got a good chunk of episodes coming out, let me tell you. The next few guests that I've got planned, and like just the actual episodes itself, I'm so excited. And yeah, I'm so excited for you to see. So I will see you next week, and I love you all. Have a lovely week, and yeah, I hope you're ovulating. Bye.